Plan B is a backup birth control option that's there for you when things don't go according to plan. It specifically works after unprotected sex and before pregnancy occurs by temporarily delaying ovulation. Plan B is available nationwide at all major retailers and through delivery apps like DoorDash. No ID, prescription, or age requirement. It's the #1 OBGYN recommended brand of emergency contraception, and it won't impact your future fertility. That's freedom to be. Use as directed.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks.
That is fire.
Whoa, that's good.
This might be the drink of the summer.
Okay, I like this one too. I'm rocking with it. Okay.
Try it for yourself. Starbucks Refreshers concentrates are coming home. Find them in the coffee aisle and make it yours.
Hey, what's up, fam? And welcome back again to Recap Kickback. It's me, your host, Chappell, and I am back with you for a special presentation, I guess, from Recap Kickback. We have been making our way through the iconic series, The Flavor of Love, and its spinoffs, and we have found our way right through Charm School on our way to the Rock of Love. And so with me to talk about Rock of Love for the very first time live here on YouTube, it's Chantele Francis. Chantele, welcome back.
I'm so happy for my education here on Sunday school. It's really great. It is a hole that I'm really filling in right now. I thought I might have seen some of the Rock of Love, but watching the first episode, I have never seen the show in my life. I have not seen this show. Maybe I think there was a season 2. Maybe I've seen some of season 2 or something. I feel like I've seen something, but like not this episode for sure. That was all new to me.
Oh, yes. We have so much to discuss when it comes to this show, but for the people who are new here, who found us because they are big fans of Rock of Love, Chantele and I are watching this series as a continuation of our series of watching all of the Flavor of Love spinoffs and Flavor of Love. So we started there. We did Flavor of Love season 2. We've done I Love New York, and we've done Charm School. And that brought us up next chronologically to another show that aired that same year, and that is Rock of Love. Now, I have seen Rock of Love before. Chantele has never seen this show. So we are going through this spoiler free to talk about our thoughts about it, kind of. And I'm here to give Chantele maybe some content to like what we were thinking in the real time as to watching it now. And then, of course, we will, make our predictions about who wins and all that good stuff. So try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. So if you are joining our chat, make sure you say hello. We see some of our usuals. Horn Hub in the chat. Melissa Elliott, my freakiest frog. What up, Tim? Timothy is in the chat as well. We're having a good time. And please don't threaten us with a good time here on recapkickback.com. But we have to jump in. This episode, Chantele, I really just want to talk about maybe like an introduction to Rock of Love, some of these bigger characters. And then I think next episode, Chantele, do you think we should bring back the tier list to try to determine who we think going to win? Like, because I think that's what we did for I Love New York, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and so
it would be helpful just for like, well, because I don't know any of these people, so it will help me get to know them a little bit better if I'm thinking about them in ways of like, where do I put them in the ranking system? But I do have a question, just in general, because like this is part of the Flavor of Love universe.
Yes,
I didn't check. I should have. I didn't check the credits. Is he like an executive producer on this? Like, I did find, and we'll probably talk about it a little bit more, that how they did the ceremonies. So like it had the same music or very similar music to, I don't know if it's Flavor of Love or I Love New York or all of the above, but there was like, maybe it was the sound of the times. But I'm just curious if it's considered to be part of the universe. Is he an executive producer, and what makes it part of the universe? That is the format, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes. So Flavor of Love is not Flavor Flav is not credited to with being a producer on this show. But I think the reason why this is all in the same universe is that Chris Abrego and Mark Cronin, the two executive producers, they really start with Flavor of Love and just build out from there. And so, like you said, you'll see the same format used over and over again. So just back in the history lesson. Right, yeah. So the history lesson starts with the surreal life, as we've talked about before. That's where we meet Flavor Flav and Brigitte Nielsen, giving them their show Strange Love with Flavor Flav and Brigitte Nielsen. And then I think we got some other spinoffs, but Flavor of Love becomes the first of this format where we have one main lead in the same vein as The Bachelor, if you will. And so we have one main lead, we bring in 20 crazy people and say, okay, can you find love with them? And to your point, they have found a formula that just works. You know, it just works. You brought in the right crazy people. You have a lead here with Bret Michaels. He has a bodyguard because you need one. And then, especially with this group of women, I might say. And so, yeah, I think that formula, they're going to run it into the ground. They're just going to keep doing it until it stops making money, Chantele. And I think at this point, it's making so much money that they couldn't resist doing the Rock of Love version of this.
Like, okay, are those two producers like rich, like super rich?
I'm sure they don't work anymore. Like, I'm sure for multiple reasons, right? Like, I'm sure for one, look at this. There was a spinoff show sold by Mark Cronin to Bravo from one of the Below Deck spinoffs. I believe he sold Below Deck Med to them. So he's still making money. I
love Below Deck Med.
And so yeah, very funny. But yeah, I don't think they have to work often because yeah.
So now, are we following their career journey? Or yeah, like how, or is it only when they're using like how? Yeah, so explain.
Yeah, so as we just talked about, he will go on to create Below Deck, which is a crazy show that we watched on Bravo, right? Mm-hmm. But in this VH1 world, we are leading up to an event. So since we started this project, there is one particular event. There is one show that we will be calling the Avengers of this universe, and we have to watch all of these previous shows, kind of in the same way that you would a Marvel series, because you don't really understand Endgame if you haven't seen all the pieces. And so we're trying to get to Endgame, Chantele.
I did not know that we're going to really become to learn like all the worlds collide in some capacity. I had no idea that was what was coming. Okay, so this is really, really effing fun. So I'm imagining that you're taking this final whatever series and making sure that I know every single player in that series. Okay.
Right. This is like Survivor Winners at War. This is like Survivor 50, where it's like, yeah, you can enjoy it, but wouldn't you enjoy it more if you knew the journey to get there?
You know me, okay? You know that I will need to know all the history of everything so I can actually watch it properly. I need to enjoy it to its fullest. So I thank you for taking this on.
Yeah, because not to spoil too much, because we don't like to do that here, but there are some other spinoffs that we won't talk about that are not important to that end game that we're reaching for. However, if the people want it, Chantele, those other spinoffs are also cracked.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
but.
Okay.
But
and
yeah,
can we have an estimate as to when you think we will be covering this end game event, like time-wise?
Oh no, we have so much more to go. We have so much. This is
27.
Yeah, probably, because we are just now entering Rock of Love, and when I tell you that we're not done with Flav. And quite frankly, Chantele, we're not done with New York. And so, yeah, we will be making a couple journeys into our other stomping grounds, moving forward as well. But this is a necessary pit stop to talk about Rock of Love.
I'm in. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right. So, let's just start here with Rock of Love. Like I said, it films and airs basically in the same time. They're churning these series out because they're so formulaic, right? Like it's so easy. They're basically using the same mansions each time, just kind of like, okay, similar layout. They probably rolling out the same beds, like there's not a lot going on to separate these shows from each other, except for the style of them. This style is going to be Rock of Love. And this is following the idea that Bret Michaels is a rock star. We know him from Poison, but also his solo career. And he's been on, so much of a party boy journey. Bret is a former traveling musician at this point. He has 2 kids, but he's always lived the rock star lifestyle. And so he's looking for love to find someone who will fit into his lifestyle and his view of, kind of what love and intimacy is, because he already has a first love, Chantele, and that's rock and roll. And so whoever he picks has to be able to fit into that threesome.
Threesome is the correct word to describe what I think he's looking for here. I don't know if it's me looking at through my lens from right now, but like, was he like a hot thing? Like, I don't find him personally to be sexy and good looking, even as like a rocker, which I know like rock stars are supposed to be sexy in a rock and roll kind of way. I just like look at him, I'm like, I do not find him sexually attractive at all. And also, I mean, there was a lot of pretty girls, but some girls, the way that they style themselves, I'm like, is it just too far in the future for me to see these girls as looking hot and pretty and like rock and roll? And I don't know. Am I too far removed, or how do you feel back then?
The best way I can put this is that I feel like Rock of Love, specifically with Bret Michaels, this is a group of women who are infatuated with him from his fame and his time as the sex symbol rocker that he was. And so they've been infatuated with him their whole life. So this is kind of different than Flavor of Love. Those women were not in love with Flavor Flav before they got there, right? Some of them knew his music a little bit. They were definitely attracted to him. Some of them, I'll give them that. And then they of course attracted to that lifestyle, my man, my money, my mansion, that kind of thing. Here, I think these women idolized Bret Michaels in a lot of ways. We're talking about people who are saying, I slept with his album and spooned it. I had pictures of him on my wall. This is the equivalent of growing up, being in love with him, and now getting the chance to actually date him in a world where they thought that they would never be able to be in the same room as him. And so they're also kind of giving the aesthetic that he likes as well, right? Like that rocker kind of like early 90s, I guess I would say, maybe like, a little grungy, but like they're definitely giving a very specific vibe, because this is the type of woman that he's into. The types of women that you would meet on the road when you're traveling and performing, the ones that are going to these concerts, it's very stylized. So even the women are like basically trying to fit into a role that they think that Bret Michaels would like. I don't think any of them are at like out of place here. They all seem like, no, this is the type of music they like. This is the type of person that they would like to hang out with. And so to me, the women match Bret, and then the aesthetic goes around that.
Okay, yes. I'm just like looking at them. I'm like, is this pretty? Like, I'm like, does that look good? Like, I don't understand. But like maybe back then I'd be like, ooh, yeah, she's like rock and roll. She's like amazing for him. Maybe back then if I was
yeah.
I also guess I never thought that he was good looking. That's probably why I never tried to watch the show, because I was less like,
I would love to gauge how you feel about Bret Michaels throughout, because I know at first with Flav you were kind of looking at him crazy, but then there were definitely moments where I felt like you were warming up to Flav. You're like, no, you became a Flav fan, I would say, by the end of this. Are we correct?
Because he looks so cute now. Like he's like a little boy that's like he's grinning, he's just kind of silly. I mean, I will want to gauge that as well. I don't know if I feel the same, but maybe, maybe I'll have a change of heart. Maybe I'll think he's the hottest guy. Like out of hot rockers of that time, I thought like Tommy Lee was like hot. I didn't think that he was hot.
Right. And that's like you said, there's very much that rocker aesthetic that was very popular, for a lot of these rock stars. They were known for their music, but they became sex symbols just from existing, right? Just they played the guitar, they were on stage, they got a lot of charisma, they make the songs that make your heart cry a little bit. And then that somehow they make you feel like you're the only woman in the room, even though there's probably 25 women on the bus with you, And so, so we get to track Bret Michaels. I will say this, through one episode though, I like how Bret handles the show in comparison to Flav. I think Flav was kind of like what you said. Flav kind of gave this like immaturity to the way he was interacting. Like somebody walks up with boobs and his eyes got like get big and wow, man. Like yeah.
Well, this is a little bit like that. Talking about like adjusting a gazillion times.
I definitely understand, but what I'm saying is Flav came from a more like a childlike wonder, whereas Brett is like, he's in on it. He's like, nah, these women came here to have sex, and I would like to have sex a lot. Like I would like to. He talks about the spiritual connection that he has with these women, and that just being that a woman said, "Hey, I'd let you have 3 other girlfriends." You know, I think Brett is kind of coming at it like he knows that we are looking at him as a horn dog, and he's like, yes, I am that. And hopefully the woman that I choose will be that too. There's no illusion here that Brett will be waiting for marriage or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's all in on his side of what the assignment is.
And do you think that there are other people that were in the running for this position? Like, how do you think that he was chosen? Was there like a on the road to Rock of Love with, some former rock stars? Or current rock stars?
I don't know. I actually never thought about that before. Like, how did they
why
land? Yeah, how did they land on Brett? I would say this: VH1 at the time really was the place where where celebrities could get like their taste of reality show fame. With the Surreal Life, we saw the return of that woman from Top Model Adrian and her husband Chris Knight, I believe his name was, and they go on to have My Fair Brady, and then you have Flavor. Then you have Flavor of Love with Brigitte and Flav. I think Vern Troyer was on the Surreal Life. I think a lot of them were getting there.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he was sitting in that little chair and he was peeing in the corner. He got that drunk. Janice Dickinson also spent some time on the Real Life. So did Omarosa Manigault Stallworth. And so, I think it was
Omarosa was on Surreal Life
with Janice Dickinson, and they almost came to blows. Yeah.
It's like, that's the okay. Yeah.
It sounds like we might need to do a Surreal Life.
I'm joking. I
remember
in 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years, when we're done with all this, maybe we go back to Surreal Life. But all that to say is that VH1 was the place where you can get your second start. I think, was Hogan Knows Best on VH1 too, or was that MTV? I feel like it's all the same people.
MTV, to be honest, just because I feel like I had access to it. I had access to MTV. So if it ever came on MTV at some point, I probably watched it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so my point is that, like, this was the time, right? If anybody was going to do it. No, I just looked it up. It was VH1. Yeah, This was the time. If you wanted to kind of revitalize your career as a, whatever that looked like, right? Who knows? Bret Michaels might have an album dropping. Obviously, if he doesn't have an album dropping before this show, you should definitely drop one now, right? Like, because no one is going to be as interested in your music as they were today after you have the show on VH1, which is popping at this point. Remember, Flavor of Love takes VH1 to new heights, the highest rated show they've ever had. Charm School goes on and basically matches that level of success. So we're really just capitalizing on the momentum, and we needed a person. So Chantele, knowing that we are now at Rock of Love, how do you feel about VH1 kind of shifting to this content as their bread and butter?
I mean, I love it, obviously. I'm grateful for it. I'm just actually going to ask you, do they produce anything right now? Because I know for a while around this time, Fox had some shows that were on. Like I watched, I believe it was Paradise Hotel, Temptation Hotel.
Okay. Paradise Hotel. I remember Paradise Hotel.
And I think that was on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a few other shows like that were on Fox. And so VH1 seems to have a similar kind of like messy kind of reality show that was going on that I kind of like. Do they have anything going on? Because it seems like Fox has revitalized their engine here with there's a few shows that have gone through Fox, like Fear Factor, and was it The Snake? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, that was on Fox too. Yeah.
Like, there's been a few shows that have been coming through Fox again. Are there some new shows coming through VH1 that we need to maybe look at?
No. So VH1 ends up basically being owned by Paramount, and Paramount owns BET Media Group, and BET Media Group owns VH1. And so ain't nothing coming from BET. BET Plus is damn near gone thanks to the Tyler Perry selling all his stuff. And so there's pretty much nothing there. It's a few strays on BET Plus, but I think the most recent thing that VH1 has given us is probably like Love and Hip Hop. I think RuPaul's Drag Race
good, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say reset because Love and Hip Hop started 20 years ago, 2011. So yeah, I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race was on VH1 for a while. It then moved over to Logo, and now I don't know what it's on. I think it's back to Paramount proper. So yeah, this was the heyday for VH1 reality TV shows.
See, I really, really hate how bigger companies steal the small companies and then they lose their luster, right?
Mhm.
So like VH1 had a good thing going, loses luster. I think MTV had a good thing going. They had some good shows coming out of MTV. Whether I love The Real World, I loved Road Rules, I love The Challenge, and now that it's going through, I even loved Are You the One? Now that it's going through Paramount, Viacom, like whatever that acquisition merger is, like they all either they don't get made anymore or they suck. Like I was like, why are you coming and ruining all these good things? And it's just very frustrating that money and like a bigger company coming and taking over, you lose the whole reason why they wanted to acquire you in the first place.
That's true. VH1 has struck gold here, and they were going to milk it for as long as possible. And so we're going to really start following the journey of like how many different ways VH1 tries to go back to this well of the kind of love series. But let's talk about the women and kind of like the standout moments in this episode. We meet Big John, who is Bret Michaels' version of Big Rick. Yeah, exactly. And Big John may or may not be a former Marine, but he's definitely a bouncer. Him and Flav have been friends for a very long time. I mean, not Flav. Brett have been. That's going to be a habit I got to break. We've been talking about Flav for so long. So him and Brett were good friends, and it's his job to kind of make sure Brett doesn't make the same mistakes that Brett made on tour. And so we have 25 women in this first episode. Big John is going to immediately eliminate 5 of them. And it seemed like to no knowledge of Brett, right? Like, it's like Brett was like, hey, Big John has something he wants to do with y'all. Goodbye. And then next thing you know, 5 people were eliminated.
I mean, I'm sure he had an idea what was going on. It does happen in the world of like rock and roll or celebrity, who's allowed on the bus, who's allowed at the after party. It was really awful. But one time my friend of mine was dating a raptor. And there was another actor was having his birthday, and it was this boat cruise that we are gonna go on around, and like we had to like dress up and look good, because if you didn't look good enough, you were left on the dock, and people were left on the dock, and I was like, oh my god, I would die if I was left on the dock. And so like this girl was left on the dock, and she was so mad because her friend stayed, and she's like, well, my purse is on the damn boat. And so like her friends like didn't want to bring her the purse in case they left her with like,
oh my god.
So they left their friend on the dock and kept her purse because they did not want to get off the boat. And I was just like, oh my god. So yeah, I do understand that in that world, if whoever is making the selection doesn't think you look good or fit the vibe, being left out, it's kind of standard. But for night 1 elimination, I also hate that too, right?
Right. And we have not seen a night 1 elimination yet in Flavor of Love. Like we saw Safari obviously eliminated, kind of instantly, but that was due to other circumstances. And so this time around, yeah, we're already messing with the format, right? Just to see, okay, how can we spice this thing up? And the rock and roll lifestyle means that everybody can't get backstage. And so we lose Pam, Kelly, Kimberly, Meredith, Raven, no, we don't lose Raven. Meredith, Kimberly, Kelly, Pam, and Tiffany. But Tiffany tells us, nah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm getting back in that house. And we meet our first big character of the season. Chantele, Tiffany is a whirlwind of a human. She gets really, really drunk, but she survives. And that's a trope we've seen in Flavor of Love too.
Well, that's the trope. It's like the messy ones don't go home. They just don't. They always say you want the people that are going to create the drama. You want the people that are going to interrupt the conversations. You want the people that are willing to take risks and chances, look foolish, look like do whatever it takes to get to the next level, to get the intention, to get the date, whatever. So, like, she's driving storyline, and whether you like her or not, find her annoying or what, even Brett says at the end, but you're entertaining. And that's they're creating a TV show. You need entertaining people on.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying when I say that Brett kind of feels like he's on the level. Like he does not try to pretend like we did make a connection. He's like, no, people get drunk and mess up, but also you're good TV. Everybody here hates you. I'm keeping you around. Flav wouldn't say that. Flav would be like, oh, I wanted to give you another chance, blah, blah. You know, with something, he goes out his way to make sure something's still on the show, which is cool. But like, he never once been like, because why would I eliminate the woman who shat on the floor? Like that's what people came here to see. Brett's telling us, no, people came here to see Tiffany. So we're going to show you more Tiffany.
Kind of. And Tiffany is like quintessential, like stylized of people of that time. She reminds me of, I think her name was Natalie from season 9 of Big Brother.
Oh, Big Brother.
Like
I know exactly where you're going.
That like light streak and like
red hair.
Looks 25 years older than she actually is. Like, how do we know how old Tiffany is this episode? Because she looks like she's my age and she's probably like 22.
Yeah, I think someone
30,
someone accused her of being 50, I want to say, in the episode as well. I don't know if she's 50. Let me see if we can get the ages of because they might be on the Wikipedia, but who knows? Remember, we are still back in the olden days where people's cast photos aren't readily available. There's not a lot of bios out there, so we gotta do like some real deep diving to find out more about these women.
I
don't know
the microfiche.
Right. Look, they're gonna make me work for this one. So with Flavor of Love, the thing is, I've seen those seasons so many times that I knew the answer to a lot of your questions just based off of the strength of I've seen these seasons so many times. I've done the research on my own. But this is actually a question I've never thought about. Because her age was up for debate very early on. I was able to find her Instagram page, but it does not have her age on it. And so I guess we'll have to address that later on.
Another thing that I've noticed with the cats, I don't know if it's because I've seen clips and stuff like that, but I feel like a lot of the people may have gone on to do other things because some of them look like a young version of somebody that I know now or have seen more recently. And so I'm like, do I know that person? I'm like, or like if I just saw them back then. And so I will be curious if some of these people do more things later because they look a little bit familiar.
Can I tip my hand a little bit on Tiffany as a character?
Sure.
I do not like Tiffany. I am not a fan. I'm
pretty sure the N-word
I'm pretty sure she drops the N-bomb very early on in this show, and they don't even bleep it the first time.
Oh, the first time, no, and then they said censored over there. I was like,
yeah. I said, okay, VH1, I see we're doing that. Not a fan. Listen, give me a drunk mess of a reality TV contestant all the time, but the moment you start to make racial remarks and stuff like that, I kind of have to look at the crazy.
Very rude to Dallas, and
very
I
rude
was like, her name was Dallas, correct?
Yeah, for Dallas, yeah.
And so, I was like, okay, so you say that, and she's kind of having a reaction to that. Doesn't really like your personality, and then you're putting your hand in her face, and you're kind of being extra rude to her. What's that all about, Tiffany?
Yeah, it's tough because Dallas is handling this way more better than I would, right? Like she's just kind of like she's also not allowing the nonsense to happen. But again, I'm just saying, if Dallas took it a little bit further, I would have just turned a blind eye at that point, right? Like, why do we have Big John here if we're gonna allow people to do shit like this? Big John, get your ass over here and do something. Because Tiffany works her way back into the house. She beats on the door until they can ignore her no more. Big John comes, opens the door, and she begs and pleads. She's like, I've never, like, I can't go home. I have to be here. I love this man. Made a hat. She tells us 3 times she made a hat. I have yet to see this hat.
Wait, so we don't see this hat?
I don't know if we're going to see the hat. I need to see the hat today. Like, I need to see the hat. The next episode needs to start with the hat because we heard about it 3 times.
Is it called the hat?
The hat. Yeah. She made a hat.
I mean, like, what does the hat say? Like, it's like a rhinestone or bedazzled cowboy hat. Like, what's this hat?
Yeah, I don't know, but she made him one. She made a hat for the occasion. I think, Bret Michaels wearing a very prominent hat, like a cowboy style hat. I think that Rodeo also comes in with the hat. So I think it was part of the aesthetic as well. So she made a hat for the occasion. Her begging and pleading does work. at first I was very supportive of this, right? Like, don't take no for an answer. You're on TV. Go knock on the door, see if they'll let you in. If they don't let you in, then fine. The worst thing you could do is get some screen time. But I mean, just going quietly and crying and weeping in the limo, that's not going to do you any good.
I think that the producers knew what they were doing here, right? Like, I think that in their interviews, they're probably with Tiffany being like, well, what happens if you got eliminated? Like, what would you do? She's like, I would do anything to stay in that house. He's my, I'm sure they had an idea that she would give them this. And so, yeah, I think that she was specifically selected to be a person that was put out, because I wouldn't think that just to look at her aesthetically, she was, the least attractive or least didn't fit the vibe. Like, I don't think so. And so I think that she was picked on purpose and let back in on purpose.
So Big John outlines the rules of staying in the house, and he says there are 3 rules. Don't go into Brett's room unannounced. Don't touch the guitars, and don't puke in the jacuzzi. Chantele, do you think any of these rules will be broken this season?
I think they'll all be broken by Tiffany.
So next episode, she's barging into Brett's room first thing in the morning, wearing a hat with the guitar,
puking in the jacuzzi. She didn't know where to sleep, right? Like,
she had nowhere to sleep. She said she'd sleep on the floor. She'd sleep in the bathtub if she had to.
Exactly. So she's puking in that jacuzzi. Well, do you think she's gonna wake up and have like drunk remorse? Sometimes you get like a hangover and you're just kind of like, oh, what did I do? Feel bad. Like, do you think she's gonna have any sort of regret, or do you think?
I mean,
I guess
it's something. Well, I mean, it's something to talk about. We've seen people come back from something like this. Goldie's first night in Flavor of Love was her
obnoxious like this.
No, but she was drinking strawberries and champagne, and then she threw up in the living room in front of everybody.
Not the jacuzzi, so
not the jacuzzi, but she was the drunk girl night 1, and Goldie goes on to be one of, if not the fan favorite from the Flavor of Love season 1 for sure.
I don't think that she will become the fan favorite just because she's not likable. So it's just like the people in the house have to like you, and the audience has to like you for that to work. And she doesn't have any of that going for her. So the only people that like her are the producers, really, I'm sure.
Yeah, public intoxication on reality TV used to be a very endearing thing for the viewers. It was embarrassing, but also relatable. So Michael's pointing out in the chat, it's how Snooki started on Jersey Shore.
Look at her now.
I'm a good person, so those things happen on TV. We see if they can bounce back from it. She will be given another chance, but if they had asked the girls, they definitely would have told her to kick rocks. Like, I don't think one woman in that house had anything positive to say about Tiffany at all. So obviously this woman made a racist remark toward Dallas. And so Dallas, of course, should rightfully so not really fuck with Tiffany. But I mean, nobody in that house was down with that. Like, they wanted her out.
Yeah, they did not care for her at all. Like, she might have a change of tune the next day, right? Like, she's drunk, she's on TV, she's almost kicked off, like, emotions are heightened, she doesn't know these people. Maybe she will try to start a new leaf, but I also think that she might have figured out her role, and her role is probably to be the antagonist here, and she might just live it up.
I think a lot of these women, this is very reminiscent of Flavor of Love season 1, is that like they came here because they're here to get a rocker, and then they're gonna realize about halfway through that, oh yeah, this is TV. This is my chance to be a star. But I don't think a lot of them came in looking at it that way. Like, I think when they saw Bret Michaels, a lot of them are thinking like, oh no, this could be my thing.
Yeah, this might be the way to his heart, and way that I can get this man.
Or to the rock star lifestyle, because we get some good sound bites from some of these women. I want to start with Brandy M. Brandy M says
she's a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio, and she is led by her genitals primarily. Now, I know you are an astrology girly, Chantele.
The
Scorpios, they're genital driven.
Well, it is true. I can't remember all of them, but it's like Aries, I believe, is driven by their body in general. If I'm not mistaken. Cancer women, I believe, are driven by their breasts. I can't remember all. Like, there's another, like, I think Aquarius, and it's fitting for me, is ruled by their calves. I've been told my whole
You're a
life I have really
dancer.
nice calves.
Yeah, you're a dancer. You get it.
My nickname used to be Tina, you know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I can't, but I did do a class where we did talk about each sign and where they're driven for. And if I'm not mistaken, it is the genitals with Scorpio.
Brandy M is described as sexy and seductive by Brett, but she says she is here to fuck Bret Michaels. Her words, not mine. She says she's going to get her some rocker ass and hopefully make him her bitch.
I believe her.
I really enjoyed Brandy M in this episode because she's just saying, no, she's just saying it, but she says saying it how it is, and that's what I want from a reality TV contestant. Just talk, speak your mind. She's
not your Smiley.
No, I don't think I have a Smiley this season.
Come on, there has to be one.
To be fair, did I have a Smiley in season 2? Beautiful in season 2 of Flavor of Love. Yeah, that's the one. I did love her. She did have a cold sore, but she probably got it from Flav. Let's just be honest. So anyway, but Brandy has another good quote where she's like, I don't know how Tiffany got back in. She must have sucked Big John's dick. I was like, ma'am.
She said it twice.
She said, how many dicks did you have to suck to get in?
The first time she said just like how many dicks, and the second time, did you suck his dick or whatever, like specifically right. Big John. Yeah, she's very clear about like maybe she did. What do you think?
I don't think it got that real so early on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking it off the table for the future, but damn, like if I'm the producer, John, stop it. Just let her in. You know, like we're not doing it. Stop. It's not worth it.
Do you know what? I really think that the fact that they don't let people get wasted on TV anymore, it really sucks. You know, like they used to remember even in the real world, the challenge. Like you hear stories about Brownie Bananas saying that they would get thousands of dollars a week to spend on booze, that they had to spend on booze. They had to have unlimited amounts of alcohol available. And we see some pretty epic, crazy fighting or, you know, hookups or whatever. All these different things are happening because of booze are in the equation. Now it's like, oh, you get 2 sips of wine and a half a beer for your, delivery on Big Brother. I'm just like,
yeah,
lame.
That's because they proved they didn't know how to act. You know, for every epic fight or whatever, there's some problematic shit laced in there as well. For every epic hookup, there's a person who wasn't all in on the hookup. For every, like bullied moment, there's somebody.
I'm not actually rolling my eyes to like assault.
You're like, get over it, Tanya. No.
I'm not over it. I'm just.
Well, I was about to pick on the Big Brother comment actually because I remember in Big Brother 6 when they get drunk and I think it's Bo and Janelle are yelling at each other. He's like, polyester hair, and she's like, you sleep with married men. I think he grabs her hair. Like it was close to getting really rough. So
yeah, a margarita party or whatever. Margarita.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so it's like there are good moments that cover that stuff, but also some kind of questionable moments too. People gotta learn how to act on TV, and then we can have more. There gotta be a mixture, right? Go party, but then also act like you got some damn sense. So I agree though. More alcohol on TV makes TV better. Just saying. So one of the other standouts in this episode, since we're talking about the Brandies, we have to talk about Brandy C and her not twin sister, Christia, because they are both blonde, and that's good enough for them. They're siblings. They're also dating, and they're going to date Bret Michaels together.
Her voice. I don't know how long I can take that voice because I just don't feel like it's authentic, right? I believe that when you are being truthful, you sit and like from the bottom, you speak from the bottom of your voice. When you're speaking all up here, I feel like it's like you're trying to be likable, not to be too overwhelming, too pronounced, wanting to be as feminine as possible. Like but she's not being her true self. And so it really, really irks me. And so, yeah, I find her annoying.
Are you comparing Brandy C to Buck Wild?
I could. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Yes, I am. They're not being their authentic self. They're being a version of themselves they think that people would rather them be because who they really are, they're not confident in. So yes, similar.
Brandy C's entire personality is I'm blonde and I have boobs. And I like other people who are blonde who have boobs as well. She gives us a whole rundown of the different types of boobs that are in the house. She's like, some of y'all have like the gummy bear type boobs, and this other girl's like, that's what the ones I have. She's like, oh my god, can I touch them? And then of course her and Krista come together. I think that the iconic line from this episode is Krista being like, oh, we're smarter, we think better when we put our boobs together. I remember them playing that in the commercials and people just rolling there like, oh my God, these women are going to be train wrecks. And they honestly are.
You have to know that she's a mess with that like stomach tattoo, right? Like, it's so
hideous. Yeah. I even think
yes. That's like, like tramp stamps, like the back, like,
yeah.
But like, what are they called when it's over your abdomen? Like other than hideous.
Hideous stamp. I really enjoy Brandy C because she's not going to be ignored. I like that about her, where Brett is trying his best. He has to do the 51st dates like Flav did, in his little mixer. But for Flav, it was a little bit more organized. Like the women were kind of giving each other space. We saw a couple people interrupt, but it never really got contentious. It doesn't look like Brett had one-on-one conversation throughout that entire night because every woman came with two other women who were just going to like plop down, sit in his lap, sit on the edge of the couch, interrupt the conversation. And Brandy C tries this. She says, come show me how to shoot pool. Oh my God. And he's like,
good. That's good.
Yeah.
But like, he wasn't about it.
No, and so she keeps trying and she's dragging away. There's at one point, there's like a tug of war between her and I think it was Mia. And she's just like, you promise you're not acting like you love me.
These women, where's the self-respect, Chappell? Come on. Like, I don't know if I could be on one of these shows because I don't think he's a catch. But okay, I take your point that they've been dreaming about this man for their whole life. So like they have a different parasocial relationship to him than I do. So I'll give them a pass there. But like, I would never be like tug of warring with a man with another girl. Like, are you crazy? If it's not me, then you can have him. Like that's always my motto.
Mr. Robot says she's a pick me, and yes, she is. And honestly, I don't hate that because again, this is a show that you want to get chosen, you want to get picked, and she's telling Brett everything that she wants to hear. They have a very spiritual connection. Chantele, she says, you can have up to 3 to 4 girlfriends if you want, but I got to be the main girlfriend. I just got to be girlfriend number one. And if that ain't a pick me statement, nothing is.
It is like that. That is like the epitome or the epitome. You know what? Are you watching?
I'm not watching, but I've heard of the epitome. Yes.
Of pick me is like I'll be the best. I'll be exactly who you need me to be because I'm the best girl, and all these other girls suck. But like you'll be coming home to me because I'm the best girl. Yeah, she sucks.
She's the best.
She's okay TV though. I haven't looked at all their boobs properly since she brought it up. I want to actually be able to see which ones I think are the best boobs because like I couldn't really tell which ones I like the best. Did you have a favorite set?
I have to really take a look at it like that and just sit and judge it, Chantele. Like nobody's boobs jumped out as like extremely special. I think because they're all mostly, implants.
How do you feel about fake boobs?
They look good. As long as they look good.
Okay.
As long as they look good. It's not my body, but as long as they like when I look over there, they look good. Then we don't have no issue. If they look kind of off. Like, was it Hottie who had the boobs that were on us? And she got one up by her chin and one by her coochie. Yeah, look, as long as they look good and you like them, I love them. And so, for these women, there's a lot of fake boobs going around, and we will see some of them pretty up close because
actually a nice nipple, like for the most part.
Oh, you caught nip?
The nipple. What was her name though?
We talking about Heather.
Yes, Heather. Because when she does this, like you can see her full nipple on like the side.
Oh yeah, some side boob.
Like, yeah, she's got a good looking boob, I'd say.
Yeah. So Brett wants to get to know these girls. No nickname ceremony here.
I did want a nickname ceremony. He might end up giving people nicknames though.
He might. We heard about Wild Thing for Brandy M potentially, and so maybe there are nicknames coming, but we didn't have a ceremony here. What we end up doing is Brett wants to get to know the girls a little bit better by taking photos of them, and so each of them gets to like pose for the photo and however they will. And while many of them are showing off their assets, you know, their arms, we saw Rodeo really showing off her body. We see Heather be the first one to just pop a boob out, just pop a titty out.
Sexy. You know, sexy. Now, is he an amateur photographer, or was it just a gimmick to get them to take sexy photos in front of the camera?
I think yes. I think the answer is yes. I think he is an amateur photographer who does amateur photography because he wants women to take sexy photos in front of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I think it's across the board.
Also, sometimes they would show little stills of some of the photos. Do you think those are actually the photos that he took, or do you think that was somebody else?
Like some headshots? Yeah, I don't know.
You see, like they're like all like candid, they're not good, and you're just like,
yeah,
like were those the photos that he took?
I hope not. But he said a lot of them weren't giving him a lot, but people like Heather, they gave him everything that they had. You know, Heather pops out the boobs.
Her photos were the best. They were.
She really did. She showed up. Now, a lot of the other women did not like that. But I love that they're haters amongst the bunch, right? They see it. It's so good though. It's so good. Everybody's old or a whore. I believe Heather is the first one to be called a whore on this season. I forgot who called her a whore. Probably Brandy M. That's kind of her thing. Yeah. Oh no. Aaron, who said Heather wanted to show out by showing off her other titties because these other broads aren't as sexy as her. And she's like, Aaron's not going to lower herself because Heather the whore is a 32-year-old stripper. Apparently, there's a lot of strippers in this house.
Okay. So maybe you'll find your new Smiley.
No, and so no, there's not a Smiley in the bunch, not a beautiful in the bunch either. This is a different bunch,
really girl, but her hair is a mess. But there's one cute girl. The girl that he says is like the cutest, like the best looking girl. I thought that she's very cute face, and she's one of the people that I think looks like somebody I've seen before.
Gotcha. Yeah, he really likes Tamra. Says she's one of the prettier ones. I think that here with this this idea now that there are multiple strippers in the house, this is pretty interesting, right? Because we saw kind of how the women in Flavor of Love looked at sex work and strippers and how much trash they talked, and then we got that finale where Pumpkin was telling the women in the crowd, no, I'm a white girl. I'm blonde hair, blue eyes. We're less conservative than the black women are. And they're like, you saying white women are whores? And she's like, listen, don't disrespect my culture. What I said is we like to party and have a good time. Chantele, do you think Pumpkin's words reign true? And that's why they went in this direction, because these people are not judging them for being strippers like they were with the Flavor of Love girls.
Maybe they're just like, oh, like let's get a butt. Do you think that maybe Pumpkin's gonna make an appearance? Or like Pumpkin comes in Dr. Jen?
School. No, Pumpkin's gonna host Charm School for the Rock of Love girls.
Oh,
and she's like,
my gosh!
Let me tell you about the whore of Charm School. And she has to like bequeath her knowledge onto them.
I mean, are like, is this a fact? That's amazing.
I can't spoil anything, Chantele. Please.
But I definitely think that some of these ladies will need to go through Charm School. I do think that there'll probably have to be another season of something just to have few more people to funnel through. But if there's a Charm Schools 2, I can see it going in this direction, the rock version.
Yeah. Rodeo, big standout in this episode as well. She's kind of like she's called Rodeo. That's not her birth name, obviously, but she's called Rodeo. She's wearing the black hat. She's got a crazy arm. She's really she's a personal trainer, and her and Brett bond over their their kids, right? Like she has a son, Brett has 2 daughters, but then they also bond over some of their health struggles. Rodeo was once a diver, and she ended up like partially paralyzed. She then went on and beat cancer as well. Brett is like, I was a juvenile diabetic as well. Like, so they can kind of like, okay, we see each other. And the show gives us like the fireworks and everything when they connect. What did you think about Rodeo?
Well, when I first saw her posing and he was like, "Ooh, like be sexy," all that stuff. Like I just don't find like that much muscular strength on women. For me, it's not sexy. But I did find that they seem to have like a real conversation, a real connection, which is what I'm usually looking at when I'm looking at love shows, not just for the spectacle of it all, but like when I'm looking for people to really connect, it's when they're having real conversations, not just being like, I find you really hot. Oh, I think you're really attractive. I think we get along really well. Like that's not really a conversation to me. So I felt that they had a real conversation, which means they actually were getting to know each other. So I do like her for him at this point because they seem to actually be connecting.
Magdalena hates Rodeo. There's nothing but bad things about Rodeo throughout. She has an accent. I'm not quite sure where Magdalena is from, but she talks about how Rodeo is showing off her big manly arms. She's like, yeah, because obviously Brett wants a masculine man like her. And then when Rodeo gets her backstage pass to continue on in the season, Magdalena's like, damn, you chose Rodeo and then you chose me. You think I look like a man like her? I don't know, Chantele, but in my history of watching reality TV, normally when somebody is talking a lot of trash about somebody else, we got beef coming later on.
Yeah, so. Beef's coming, especially since, spoiler alert, they both stay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think that this is teeing up another matchup maybe later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Rodeo's not involved in this, like, you know, like she's just like doing her own thing. She seems even surprised that she's connecting with Brett as well as they are. Like she's kind of a little bit wide-eyed, but like, oh my God, like we're actually like getting along. Like she seems a little bit surprised by it, and it doesn't seem like she has any idea about all the drama that's going on around her.
If I had to guess, Rodeo is the oldest woman in the house.
I will agree. She's probably in her 40s,
at least late 30s. Mid-30s, at least.
Find age here? No.
It's hard to do, but I'm gonna look. By the next episode, I will have the try to have some ages. I will try.
If you can get signs too, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'll do my due diligence.
We know Heather's May 5th, so she's a Taurus.
We right? do. Heather's May 5th. She interrupts an entire conversation to point that out. That her and Brett's daughter have the same birthday. And we know that Brandy M is a Scorpio because she lets her genitals lead her in life. And so, yeah, we got a few more to fit. But I bring up Rodeo's age to say that I think the way she looks at Brett is a little bit more practical. I think a lot of these other women kind of like idolize him in like the abstract, where she kind of, it feels like she kind of grew up where, you know, in her fantasy, there could have been a world where the two of them had actually come across, right? Like if she went to the right concert, there might have been a time where, you know, him in his later, you know, rock days looks at this 21-year-old girl and like brings her up on stage. Like I feel like for Rodeo, it hit different. It don't feel like the same as some of these others, just like
because she's probably just at the age that she was when he was probably super successful. It was probably a little bit more of a contemporary as opposed to someone that you looked up to and like idolized.
Exactly.
Did you have any, you know,
like older women that I was looking at when I was a kid?
Like that was like musicians or
but they were like older, like Janet Jackson. But like when I was younger, Janet Jackson wasn't old, you know, like so it's like now if I was like in love with Janet Jackson, which make no mistake, if she's down, I'm down. But you know, like I think in me at that point you would see like the starstruck kind of, you know, like okay, this person is a celebrity, but also take me. Just offer myself up, you know. So maybe that. I don't know. Like I said, I probably was like looking more toward people my same age range, you know, maybe a little bit more. What about you? Was there any like older gentlemen that you were looking toward? Like Lenny Kravitz or something like that. Where you're like, ooh, Lenny.
Lenny Kravitz. Like, are you kidding?
Rock of Love with Lenny Kravitz. Number one.
I would be on it. Like anybody that can back Lisa Bonet, like, and just be like so epic. Like, that's why him and Jason Momoa, I'm like, you guys got some sauce.
It's too much sexy in that house. It's too much sexy in that whole little family.
Then you have like Harry Styles coming in for the dog.
Right, it's like, too much.
Like, yeah. So if Lenny Kravitz looked in my direction, I would be all about it for sure. I loved him. I had all of his tapes. Oh my god, though, like I loved him. Yeah, he's definitely that was a good call. I don't know if I would have pulled that one in right now, but
I know what the Rock girlie's like. You know,
he's so cute. Like,
G in the chat said, "Sign me the fuck up," and Mr. Robot said Beyonce, even though she's only like 10 years older. Yeah, I think that was the thing. Like
Beyonce's
the women that
age, that's what
I'm saying. The women that I was look like when I was a kid, they weren't that much older than me, like the pop stars. They, you know, like they were children, you know, like that's the child was popping out when they were 17 years old, you know, so it wasn't that much of a stretch. Whereas like, I think that, and that's probably the vibe maybe Rodeo and Brett have, where it's like, it's close enough to where, okay, it makes sense. Whereas some of these people, they probably never seen him like actively, like been around for like an album release or like the heyday, but they know of the legend of him. Right. So there's probably something there. Lacey was another standout in this episode. She's the redhead who decided to hop on the drums.
I mean,
what was that?
It was just so like, I can play the drums. Like, I can, let's go. Like, it's just embarrassing. I get it. It's awesome that you're able to relate to him in this way, but I just thought it was a little bit me in the sense it's like she's the one that said that she understands the lifestyle, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like him going out and being out late and girls like all over him, like she's cool with that. Like she gets the lifestyle.
She's a down chick. Yeah, she's a cool chick. Yeah, cool. Like I get it. I get it. Like, you don't get it.
Like,
you know. Yeah. So what if a girl wants to kiss all over you and sit in your lap and flirt with you? Like, I get it. It's part of, you know, it's how we rock. So yes, Lacey, get picked.
But you know what though? Yeah, exactly. But I bet you any money, like if she gets closer to the end, she is not going to be as easygoing as she's claiming to be this first episode.
Oh, you think like by the end, like if Brett's like, okay, Lacey,
she starts catching
I can pick you, but right, like I could pick you, but also I might pick Brandy C too. You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's gonna be okay with that.
Not at all. Not at all. No. So she's just saying what she needs to say right now to maybe stay in the game, but like
she gets it. She's a cool chick. That's what Brett is looking for. He's looking for a cool chick who understands that sometimes as a rocker, you have a lot of women on you. You have to entertain people. You know, Flav kind of leaned into that a little bit where he would say like, you know, in my line of work, I come across different women. You can't be super jealous, you know, him telling New York that, and New York being like, whatever, you're going to listen to me, you're not listening to her, like whatever you think is going to happen is not going to happen. Yeah, I think this is the same vibe these women are trying to give off to Brett, is that like at the end of the day, like you're going to be down for him to maintain the same lifestyle he has. None of them are talking about what does it look like if we get together? How do we settle down? How do we combine our households? Where do we live? You know, they're like, no, if you want to be on the road partying and you know, with these girls and stuff like that, I'm gonna be on the road too, watching you and like making sure that you're having a good time.
They're always like that until they get the guy. Like I'm just gonna bring it to Summer House that's going on right now. So Amanda used to be she still is a pick me. She's a pick me. She was all over Kyle before they were dating. She would let him basically like cheat on her, whatever, take him back, and she's always around. And then finally, and she knows he's a partier. He knows she goes out. He knows he likes having a good time, getting drunk all the time, flirting with girls. Like that's who he was. She gets him. And now she's like, well, you shouldn't be doing this. You cheated on me. And now coming back at him for everybody who he always was. And so I just think that the similar things could be happening here where it's like, oh yeah, you can do whatever. And then once you're like, you get them in the relationship, you'll be like, well, like, you can't do that. Like you're with me. So.
Mm-hmm. that's what New York would have pulled on Flav. You know, she would have definitely done that. Like had she been somehow crazy enough to convince Flav otherwise, she definitely would have pulled the rug out from under him the moment he even looked at somebody else. I mean, you see how she acted toward, Tango and his mom, like, why do you like your mom so much? Get away from her, yeah, they switch up, once they win. Yeah. I do have to highlight one of my favorite moves from Brandy C in this episode. She could not get any attention on herself. So she went and got inside of Christia's bikini that was already way too small for her. And somehow this works. All the rest of the women leave her to her devices. And Brett's like, it's time. Now you have my attention. I think Lacey still sticks around because Lacey has no scruples. And she says that Brandy is a slut. And if she had a brain cell, it would be lonely. And so this interaction with Brandy C and Bret Michaels, it did get his attention. The bikini worked. But
that's when I saw the stomach tramp.
That's when you saw the stamp. Yeah, that's when you saw the
stamp.
The stamp. Yeah, but this moment did annoy Bret as well. He's like, look, I'm happy to see her. I'm glad that she likes the interaction, but she's annoying as shit. So what's
interesting though is I don't find her that annoying. And if I'm not mistaken, when like at the backstage pass ceremony, he basically says like, "Oh, she's really annoying. I can't stand her, but like I'm gonna keep her around." I think there are other people that were more annoying than she was this episode, right?
And I think all the annoying ones except Tiffany got eliminated. I think Tiffany. Okay. Well, you know what? Honestly, I think he eliminated a lot of people who gave nothing. I think for him,
nothing for sure. The girl in the photo shoot that just like give me sexy. She's like,
yeah, there was nothing there. Like she's like he said sexy, and she's like Mona Lisa. And he's like, no, sexy, and she's like stoic. Like nope. I think she was trying to smize. Yeah.
What was happening there? Just like.
Matt Scott in the chat, as he should be, joining us for these conversations. So we get to the ceremony and we have to start giving out these passes because these are backstage passes. It would have been so easy for him to give out a rose, but I'm pretty sure The Bachelor kind of took that already because every rose has its thorn. Every rose has a thorn was right there.
But backstage pass is pretty good, to be honest.
It is because again, it's like hashing this rocker aesthetic that we're trying to get by. So Rodeo gets the first pass. Would you rock my world? What do you think about that as like a catchphrase?
It's fine. It's kind of losery, but like it's fine.
I like it. Better than do you have love for New York?
Do you have love for New York? Yeah, no, that wasn't great. That could have been workshopped a little bit better. What could have been a better one?
I don't know. Are you in the motherfucking house? Like, I don't know. But I think Flav had it right? Your time is up, or that kind of thing. I think that's the one. And I think this is probably second best.
What is it?
Would you rock my world?
Would you rock my world?
Yeah,
it's a little bit losery, but I feel like we get more of these. I feel like more of these happen. Like I don't know. Like my brain's like remembering more of these, and I'm like, where are they from? What's happening? Right. So I think this could be workshop. Maybe season 2 has a different one or something.
Maybe. Heather gets called up next. She has lovely hot breast. Brett says again. Brett's not pretending that this is about personality in a lot of ways. Like. Yeah, and I love that about your spirit. You have lovely breasts. And so Heather was pumped to get be number 2.
What we didn't talk about, though, is in that photo shoot, all the people were just kissing him and, like, full on, like, tugging him down and, like, him, like, adjusting or saying that he can't, like, stand in a certain way because you might see that he's aroused. Like, were you just going to glaze over that, Chappell?
Yeah, he spent, like, 60% of the episode erect. And and he never stopped telling us. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Flav kind of gave almost like this childlikeness, like, wow, oh my God, like I can't, like, oh, you making me feel something. I'm feeling a lot for you, Buck Wild. But like this, like Brett is like looks at the camera. Yeah, Brett looks at the camera and says, "Oh no, I want to have sex." Like, he talks about Brandy M. Like, I just picture myself having rock and roll sex with her. That is all. Like, there's no illusion that yeah.
Do you know? You know the answer probably, but like just pretend like you don't know. Do you think that he will be having lots of sex with all these women?
I
like,
mean,
and is he living in the same mansion as them? Oh wait, because they're not allowed to go in their room.
Rule number one, don't burst into his room. Look, I think that going into his room unannounced, that rule being there is specific because I think Brett may or may not have some women in. And so he doesn't want anybody coming in and interrupting, or he doesn't want any cat fights to break out. I'm sure he doesn't mind a cat fight in front of him, as his words, not mine. But at the same time, I don't think he wants anybody walking in on him if he's came to the class. Because, Flav lived in that same house. New York lived in the house with those men, or at least it seemed. So, yeah, I guess this is still the thing to do.
But then we're never going to get the, I need to talk to you one last time, and crawl into his bed.
Rules are meant to be broken, Chantele.
Oh, right. That's why they put them in there, so people wouldn't break the rules
in there. So
as soon as you tell someone not to do something, that's exactly what they're going to do. Okay, who do you think is going to break the rule first of sneaking into his room? I think
who's the first one to go into the room?
Or Brandy.
I think maybe Heather. She was a little audacious. I think some of the other girls, Samantha was very intimidated by her. She was like, Samantha's the one who had a lot of tattoos. Brett and her really bonded over the
hair.
No, that was Jess. Samantha is the one. She had black hair. She had the tattoos all over, and she was talking about how her and Brett like the same music and they like the same movies. But she's not a party girl. She's like, I don't think he's gonna pick me because I don't really fit in that lifestyle. She does end up getting her backstage pass as well. Brandy M gets one, the life of the party. Magdalena gets one, but she says, I know this ain't shit, because it's just the first elimination. And then I think Christia gets one. She thanks her for breaking up the fights. Basically, it comes down to Brandy C and the women that will be eliminated. Bonnie, he thought she was very hot, but she's gone.
Who's Bonnie?
She had almost no content. I think the best way to describe her is she kind of looks like Peggy Bundy. That's the best I could do. She looks like the woman from Sons of Anarchy. So I love Katie Seagal. I love Peggy Bundy, and I love the mom on House of Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, so I think she kind of looks like her to me.
Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even finish Sons of Anarchy. I gotta finish that. I don't think I watched the last season.
I think I didn't watch the last season. I don't think either. What happened? Something happened. But anyways, I enjoyed it up until I saw.
Yeah, he gives Brandy C the last pass and says, "Would you let me date 3 or 4 other girls like you said you would?" And of course, she's like, "Yes."
Now, I do not believe that girl will not get jealous. I do not believe. Another thing that we glazed over was the fact that Tiffany decided to straddle Brett from, I guess, over top of him, in front of him, and started maybe riding him a little bit too harshly, saying that he bruised his dick or hurt his dick.
He says Tiffany comes around and she ends up beating his penis to a pulp. He was trying to have a conversation with Brandy C and Krista, and they finally got their time. But here comes Tiffany. She gives him a dry beating. He says,
"Ooh, now do you think that they will have sex? He'll give it a try, right? Before
I don't know. I think he insinuated that she might be on some type of chemical, and so.
Oh, what do we think she's on?
A lot. I think she's kind of loopy. He said it when they were doing the photo shoot. He was like, "Yeah, it's sexy," but then there's a part of me that is like, "What is she on?" But all that to say, he's still turned on by it. Bret Michaels was turned on by every single thing these women did. He talks about how he's like, "Yeah, I was really enjoying my time with." I think it was Sam. He's like, I was burning my time with her, but she has like this wall up, right, where there's this distance between us. And I think that distance is sexy. I said, all right, Brett, please.
He just wants to fuck, I think is what it is.
And some of these women just want to do the same. Brandy M said, I came here to get rock her ass.
That's what you should be saying. It's like, do you want to fuck?
Do you want to fuck?
Yeah, and it's like
Did you
gives them
see
like
yourself?
their backstage packs. Like, do you want to fuck?
You still want to fuck? Yeah, I mean, it'd be catchy. Now, of course, the big drama here is that we made these eliminations, but we're gonna offer one last spot to our our racist, Tiffany. She somehow survives this episode. Dallas says she must have just sucked Big John's dick to get back in the house. They love slut shaming on this show, and so we're gonna see a lot more of that. But he says people get wasted and they make mistakes, but also Tiffany was very entertaining, so he's gonna keep her around.
Fine. He didn't maybe see like the racist stuff, and so and obviously at that time people were allowed to do a lot more things than they would be able to get away with nowadays. But I wasn't surprised that they brought her back, because like it seems as though they want her on the show for as long as she can be there. So the producer's probably like, just one more episode at least, just one more. Like, don't give her a bed. Let's see what she does. Maybe she'll break a rule. Like, I think that they want her there. And so yeah, I wasn't surprised that they opened it again for her, like, to stay in the game.
How many episodes do you think Tiffany will last?
Way more than anybody in the house thinks. So I do think she'll make it to at least episode 3. I think she's got 2 more episodes in her for sure.
Okay, well, we will find out in just a moment.
What was the other black girl's name?
It was Dallas and Raven. Raven gets eliminated because she talks a lot about how intelligent she is, but she cannot read the room. Yeah, she's not happy about this at all. She didn't want to hug him.
No, she's like, yeah, okay. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, you just like did a bro down with him because he didn't want to pick you. Yeah, I thought it was like interesting.
What did you think about Tiffany's catchphrase here? Don't threaten me with a good time. It seems like no matter what you say to her, that's going to be her response when she's drunk.
People do use that now. Well, they say don't tempt me with a good time nowadays. It's fitting for her. Because it's like anything, you punch in the face, don't threaten me with a good time, like, push her off a balcony, don't threaten me with like,
don't threaten me with a good time.
Everything.
Yeah. So it was her last words in this episode. I think she gets her pass and she's like, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, all right, Tiffany, damn.
Do a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time. She's so drunk. She's so drunk in this episode. Like, it's crazy that this woman got this drunk on TV and lasted so long. You would think by now she would have passed out.
Yeah, I had a little nappies. Because like usually those ceremonies are like 9 hours long. I mean, the Bachelor world, they're long. Oh, hi Diva.
So that brings us to the end of the episode. We got our first elimination. We end up losing 7 women in this episode. Let's see. We lost Pam, Kelly, Kimberly, Meredith. That's 4. Then we lose Raven, Krista, Jessica, and Lauren, and Bonnie. So yeah, we took out a big old chunk of all these women.
Back. Because like the first 4 women that were eliminated, like they didn't really get a chance to do anything. It was just by like pure shock value, like in aesthetics. Like there's no real rhyme or reason why they're eliminated. So I wonder if they do get another opportunity for something else. You know what I mean? Because like to go through all of those interviews and stuff like that, I would be pissed that they wasted my time like that,
Yeah, that's true. And they seem pretty annoyed, but none of them had the gumption to go knock on the door like Tiffany did. And so she will survive.
You would have, right?
No, I wouldn't be caught dead on this show. Stop it.
What
any
if
show
it was
like this
with like
there's nothing.
Janet Jackson finds love, like Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation.
That ain't worth my pride. It's okay. Because you do that only to get eliminated the same episode and everybody call you crazy. Like, if I came here to be on TV, then yeah, 100%. But like, other than that, I think we're good. But Rhythm Nation of Love is actually crazy. That was a crazy thing you tried to pull out. It'll be called like Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope. And then sign me up. Sign me up.
I've actually seen that concert twice. Once in Vegas and once in, was it Toronto? Definitely once in Vegas. I saw the Velvet Rope tour.
I've seen it on recording. I've never been present for it, but I did see Janet a couple years ago because that's my girl. I had to go check on Penny, see if she was doing all right. But Chantele, that said, we will be back to talk about more Rock of Love in a while. But question mark, I am traveling next week around this time, and so I don't know.
School is out of session.
We're gonna have to find time to record. Maybe we take a week off. Maybe Brandon of Love is actually crazy, Gina. Yeah, I don't know if
What's your middle name?
Don't have one.
Okay.
Well,
are you like
no.
one of those I don't have one because you don't like it? Okay,
no, I just don't. It doesn't have one. Chantele, what are we gonna do? You want to like maybe reschedule during the week? Do you want to take a week off?
Okay, so what I do think just for your algorithm specifically, like keeping the momentum going is good. So what we could do. Wait, can you say where you're going or no?
Yeah, I'm being DreamCon. I'm being Houston.
Oh, right. So what if we recorded it early but released it at around our regular time as a premiere, and then we could both be intermittently in the chat for when we premiere. So that's an idea to keep kind of like the regular time spot to be active.
Okay.
And then I would have a lot more time I could film that tomorrow even, you know what I mean? And then we can just release it on Sunday. What do you think about that?
Okay. Tomorrow doesn't work, but we will touch base. Yeah. And then let's see if we can get it pre-recorded. So yeah, for all the people who are listening to this, the next episode might not be live, but you know what I'm saying?
I'll be in the chat at least. I don't know if Chappell will be able to, but like when we premiere it live, I'll watch it along with you guys.
Yeah. We'll have some things to say. Okay, cool. Sounds good. We'll try to bring you that episode.
Right?
It's a good idea. It's such a good idea. Thank you. You're so smart. Chantele. Okay. First of all, any predictions? Who did you think? Did anybody stand out as like a winner?
Well, I think the girl that he thinks is pretty, even though she didn't seem to know what to say. Like she was a little bit tongue-tied when they chatted. I think she's gonna go far. And I wonder if when she starts to get to know him a little bit better, if her person will come out and she might get to the end. I also think that she's really pretty, and I feel like I said, I feel like I've seen her do something else. So I'm wondering if like it's because she wins, or like if a personality kind of emerges. So I think that she will go far. I think that Rodeo's going to go far. Firstly, because they did have a connection, and then also because of this impeding beef that might be happening. And then yes, genital leader Brandy. I think she will make it at least until they bang.
Okay, all right, good predictions. We will track those throughout. Hopefully we come back next time. We'll have my tier list done. We'll have some cast photos for you and some ages, because that'll be fun to talk about as well. But until then, Chantele, tell everybody where they can find you and what you're working on.
What I'm working on is catching up with Love Island UK, because I've been out of town, and so I'm behind a week. So I'm going to probably go and just blow through a week tomorrow and get caught up. So yeah, that's on my Reality Realness with 3 S's YouTube channel where I'm doing that, or you can find me on Instagram, same name, or at ShanFranFran. But oh my God, Big Brother's starting this week. Holy! Yes. So I don't know when I'll be starting to talk about that, but I will be over on RGP at some point discussing this new season. I really hope that some of the rumors aren't true, but you can't have it all.
Can't have it all, but you can have much more content from us by subscribing, recapkickback.com/subscribe, or joining our YouTube page, youtube.com/@recapkickback. Make sure you like the video, share it with your friends, let them know that we're talking about Rock of Love, and tune in next week when we come back for more of this season of Rock of Love, and then the future of the Flavor of Love cinematic universe right here on recapkickback.com. But that's it. Thank you all to the chat. Thank you, Matt Scott, for joining us as our in-chat correspondent. And then Chantele, of course, me and you will be back soon enough to continue our conversations about this amazing series. Take care, everybody. Peace. I've been trapped behind 12 Marias, isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreams. The wall is cracked.
damn self.